Behold the legend of the couch potato turned cardiovascular hero, not through CrossFit, not by hiking Machu Picchu, but by simply walking a couple thousand steps a day. That's right, 2,000 steps. Roughly 15 minutes of brisk movement. The kind of distance you might cover while looking for your phone that's somehow both on silent and buried in the couch cushions. It doesn't sound impressive, but for people starting from near-zero activity levels, older adults, chronically ill patients, post-surgery stragglers, this modest uptick can mark the difference between slow decline and a real rebound in health. Let's start with the basics. When you're sedentary, your body isn't just resting, it's quietly unraveling. Circulation slows, muscles atrophy, blood sugar regulation falters, and the heart begins to decondition like a forgotten gym membership. But research is increasingly showing that the climb back to health doesn't require Everest-scale ambition. In fact, the greatest health improvements often come from the smallest increases in physical activity, especially for those at the very bottom of the movement ladder. Enter the 2,000-step strategy. Multiple large-scale studies, including data from the Journal of the American Medical Association and the European Heart Journal, have found that just 2,000 more steps per day, particularly brisk steps, can slash the risk of heart disease, stroke, and early death by 10% or more. For elderly individuals or those recovering from illness, the payoff is even greater because the contrast between total inactivity and even minimal movement is like flipping on the circulatory lights after months of metabolic darkness. This isn't just about walking to say you walked. It's about coaxing the cardiovascular system back to life. When someone starts walking more, even just a little, their heart rate variability improves, blood pressure stabilizes, endothelial function kicks in, and inflammation markers begin to fall. The blood vessels get stretchier, the insulin receptors more responsive, the mitochondria more energized. It's like giving your body a gentle reminder that yes, it's still capable of doing something other than resting on throw pillows. The beauty of 2,000 steps is that it's doable. It's not a massive lifestyle overhaul, it's a reintroduction to motion. That could be one loop around the block, a lap of the grocery store, walking 5 minutes after each meal, or even standing up and pacing during every other commercial break. Done briskly, say, at the pace you'd walk if your tea kettle was screaming, it's not just motion for motion's sake. It's medicine. And because this strategy targets the least active populations, it packs an outsized punch. A very sedentary person moving just 2,000 brisk steps a day can often see greater relative health improvements than a fitness junkie upgrading from 10,000 to 12,000. It's a case of diminishing returns at the top, but massive gains at the bottom. This is especially meaningful for people managing chronic illness, recovering from hospitalization, or dealing with age-related fatigue. A modest increase becomes a catalyst for improved blood flow, better balance, restored confidence, and a growing sense of agency. Even more encouraging, these tiny changes snowball. Once people get comfortable with 2,000 steps, they often find they can handle more without ever having to call it exercise. They're just moving through their world a little more on purpose. And that movement becomes a loop. More walking improves stamina, stamina reduces fatigue, reduced fatigue encourages more walking. Suddenly, you've gone from counting steps to counting on your body again. So no, you don't have to do 10,000 steps a day to be healthy. You don't even need 5,000. You just need to start, especially if you've been stuck. 2,000 steps, especially brisk, deliberate steps, is enough to nudge your body out of sedentary danger zones and toward better blood pressure, a happier heart, and fewer days spent navigating the healthcare system. You're not trying to become a triathlete. You're trying to not get winded from making toast. And that's a noble, absolutely achievable goal. From the couch to cardiovascular hero status, 2,000 steps. Not glamorous, not viral, but profoundly life-changing.